If you want to be a master at creating and manifesting the reality that you want, you have to give up the victim game. You have to stop being a victim. And this is one of the hardest things to do for a lot of people when they transition into consciously creating the reality, because our society is so deeply ingrained in this victim mentality, in this victim game that the ego loves to play. And so we so easily end up playing back the game. And when we do that, we give our power away. Every time that we blame something, someone, or certain situation or circumstances for not having what we want or not, living the life that we want, we are in effect disempowering ourselves. We are giving our power away to all the things, all the people, all the time and places around us. And we end up in a place where we no longer are the conscious creator of our life, because we are in effect, because we have given our power away. So in this video, what I want to do with you is that I want to break down that victim game that the ego loves to play. I want to help you build that awareness so that you can notice the subtle ways in which your ego likes to play and put you back in the blame game and the victim game, and how this is affecting your ability to create and manifest what you want. But I'm also gonna give you the solution, what to do to get out of the game once and for all, so that you can truly become and embody that master manifester, that conscious creator that you really are. All right, so let's get started. The first thing I want to drive into you is this, and I'm going to be using this triangle to really explain that. This triangle is run by your ego. You have to understand that this is an ego game, and your ego wants to feel special. It doesn't matter if it means being super successful or super miserable. There is that desire to feel special, okay? And this is where this whole victim mentality consciousness comes from. And it operates from lower frequency, lower vibration. And we'll talk a little bit more in depth about this in a moment. But for now, I want you to look at this. Here, there is the victim. Now, a victim cannot exist. A state of consciousness of a victim cannot exist without the victimizer, without the bully, without whatever is causing the person to feel like it's because of them. And in here, to keep it simple, we'll call it the bully, all right? So what's happening really in essence is that something's happening. A situation happened, something didn't work out, somebody said something, whatever. And we instantly don't like this situation. Maybe it wasn't what we were expecting. Maybe it didn't work out. And now we see, it's because of them, or it's because of that, or it's because of the government, or it's because of the weather, or it's because of the full moon, or it's because of this and this and that. So we are blaming something. And this doesn't need to be a person, by the way. But we are in effect saying that I don't have what I want, or I'm not happy, or this is happening because of something that is not me. Or because it's something out of my control, I couldn't do it, there's nothing to do with me, it's because of that, this or them, okay? The moment you do that, you gave your power away. You're no longer in control, because all the power is with that person that's making you miserable, or that person that's keeping you stuck in this situation. But also, the moment we project the blame onto somebody else, we also consciously create a hero, savior in our mind. We're looking at the solution. We're looking at who or what or when the person or that thing is going to come and save us, rescue us. So in that case, it could be, oh, I need, to have that money, when that money just comes, and it's just gonna make my life so much better. Everything's gonna be better once I get that money. Or maybe, it's the government that's gonna rescue me. Or maybe I need that course or that next, certification, that degree. I need that thing, that person to help me. I need a new boyfriend. I need a new girlfriend. And then all my problems will go away, all right? We project what we think will rescue us, help us, save the day, so to speak. Again, it can be a person, a time, a space, or an idea. And there we go. We have that whole victim mentality that is run by our ego, and that's happening all the time. And I'm sure you can already start to put the pieces together. All right, and I'm gonna break down every single one of those in a little bit detail so that you can really get the awareness of how this may be manifesting in your life today and how you may be playing that game without being aware of it. Okay, now the victim is very obvious, right? Every time you are blaming something or someone for your situation, every time you're looking outside of yourself and pointing the finger somewhere, you are playing the victim. And it's never good to play the victim for obvious reasons. First is because you end up with blaming attitude, resentment, anger, hatred, all this kind of fear, maybe even. And all of those emotions have something in common. They are low state of frequency, of vibration, of consciousness. So the more you spend time in this victim mentality, it's not me, it's them kind of thing, you create a victim self-concept. This is so important to understand. The more you play the victim card, the more you become a victim. Because the state you inhibit most of the time you become. Okay? So it's so critical for you to stop and step away from that game. And we'll look at how in just a moment. But realize this, the more you play the victim card, the more you are and become and embody that victim, and the more life will treat you like a victim. The more you manifest victim situations to reinforce your identity, your self-concept. Now, the bully, the victimizer, whatever you want to call it, the person who's responsible is often a victim first. Okay? It's very interesting how fast a victim can become a bully, and we are able to play all those roles, by the way. We are not stuck in just one. This can be the online troll. This can be just being passive-aggressive, judgmental, hating others, or all this kind of, or just maybe even plain anger, aggression, physical, mental, or emotional. Okay? The savior, the hero. At first you may be like, okay, well, that person, if it's a person, it's a good person, right? Is helping the victim, protecting them maybe from the bully, right? But in the ego game, it is always a question of what can I get? What's in for me? So the hero is giving or helping the victim here because there's something in for them. Maybe it's the money. Usually it's a feeling of importance, significance. You see that happening often in relationship. A man or a woman may find a man or a woman who is a little bit broken, who needs help, who needs to be saved and rescued. And they come to the rescue because it makes them feel very valuable, important, significant. But they don't want the victim to get away from that state because they think that there's so much in the ego game, they're so insecure that if the victim overcomes that situation, they might no longer need me. And I lose my power away. And the power equals significance. Brings insecurity again. So you see how the hero likes to keep their victim, or not their victim, but the victim in a state where they depend on them. Buy my next course, buy my next thing, come back. But you can also see how the government or banks or the civil society at large is meant to keep people here enslaved. So that you give them all the power and you keep on needing to go back to them for more. Please give me more, please save me, please do this to me. And again, the more power you give away, the lesser you think of yourself. The more you end up in fear, in scarcity, in lack, in resentment, in anger, the lower the vibration, reinforce your identity, and you keep on manifesting the same thing. So this is in a gist. Just do not go too long into that, but it's so important to understand the game that our ego likes to play, and we play every single one of those characters in our life with people or with ourselves all the time. You can do it, all of this, alone, in your own thoughts, in just a matter of moments. Let's say you were on a diet, okay? You were on a diet, you wanted to lose weight, and you go on a scale 2 weeks later, and nothing much happened. All of a sudden, you have that thought, oh, it's never working for me. Why she get to have that smoking hot body, and I just can't, it's my genetics, blah, 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 right? That's the victim thought that comes to your mind. Then you have that bully voice. I told you not to eat that pizza last night. How dare you? That's why you're so fucking fat. Right? Now you have that, inner voice that's aggressing you. And then you have that second voice, the third voice that comes in and says, don't be too tough on yourself. Look, eat something, you'll feel better, we'll start again tomorrow. Right? And that hero lets you off the hook. And then you keep yourself in that mad, crazy thing. Now, I hope this is giving you some very valuable insight, because it is so critical to understand. I want you to really take some time to pause, to stop, and to write down, in your journal somewhere, to reflect, where am I playing the victim? Where am I aggressing others? And where am I stuck in a place where I'm trying to help other people in order to get something? Where am I getting hidden expectations? Because the savior can fast become a bully when they don't get what they want in return. And you see that again in relationship. I helped you, and how do you deny me sex or this or that? Right? And it's very unconscious, it happens so fast. So now, how do you get out of this for you to create, design, manifest the life that you want and truly feel that power back? Because this is all about getting your power back. And the key is this. It's one word, it means responsibility. See, you don't want to be anywhere in this, fucked up triangle. You want to be out. You want to be here. You want to be observing this and be like, I'm not going to play this ego game because I know who I am. And I am no victim. So for you to stop being the victim and being like, I'm done, you need to take responsibility for wherever you are in your life, for whatever may be happening in your life right now, even if you don't like it. Because on some level, you have created it. You have contributed to it. Maybe it was very unfortunate what happened that led you to this place, but your attitude, your reaction, your decision about what it means and how you handled all of this contributed to bringing you here. And you need to realize that. That also means that the moment you take responsibility to be like, okay, this is where I am, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I take responsibility for that. How did I create that? And how can I create a different life for myself? How can I use my infinite creative power to change my life? It's a powerful question. Because but you see that the moment you ask yourself those questions, you are no longer playing the victim card. You're no longer saying it's because of this or that, or I need them, or I need wait that the Mercury retrograde fades away for me to be able to align again my fucking energy, or I need my next tarot card reader to tell me what to do with my life. You have to really claim that your state of consciousness is creating your reality. And you have to put tremendous power and belief in yourself and your ability to create what you want. But that means also taking control of what's happening here and not letting this run the game. Because if you spend so many years playing this, it's going to take some discipline, some effort, and some awareness to step back again. Whenever you step back in the mentality of being a victim, oh, I'm blaming people again, oh, I'm back at it again. Let me step back. Let me take a moment to step back and take responsibility for where I am. Choose to think greater. Choose to do it again. Choose to find a solution. Choose to focus on something more. Choose to learn what I need to learn in order to get what I need. Choose to get the help I need. Choose to whatever solution is adequate for where you are and where you want to go. Choose to take a step in that direction from a place of power, because you can. And this is how you can break free from the victim mentality. And the more you do that, the more you elevate your state of consciousness to courage, feeling empowered, feeling confident, feeling worthy. And the more you go to those higher level of consciousness, the more you're shaping a different identity and self-concept. And then you start to see how different things start to align for you in your life because you're showing up differently. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Let me know what you're thinking down in the comment. Share with me if you have any question, if you want to share with us where you've been playing the victim game, where you're no longer going to play the victim game. Write it down in the comment. Take a moment to like this video and subscribe to this channel so that you can see more videos like that. And I will see you next time, guys. Be well.